Okay, I'm saying here, if you have to prove that the two events are independent, mhlambe you want to prove that being a male or being a female, basically I'm talking about gender. You want to check if the gender is independent to liking sport. Now, basically you'll choose one gender, you'll not work with both, or you can take one, work with it, and then take the other, work with it. So you have to find the probability of the male. If you chose female, no problem. And then find the probability of liking sport, and then multiply them together. And then you also have to find the intersection, that is where male and female meet, the probability of that part. Not female, sorry, what am I saying? Male and liking sport, where they meet. Or if you chose female, it's gonna be female and liking sport, where do they meet? If the answers are the same, your conclusion will be, can you see here, they're saying compare if they are equal. If they are equal, then you are done. You've proved that the two events are independent. And I said to you, which I'm still repeating now, to say if they talk about independent, you must focus on the probability of A and B. They must give you the same as the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. And that is the same thing that here they are explaining here. To say, find the probability of A and then multiply it with the probability of B. I want to show you with an arrow there. Find the probability of A multiplied with the probability of B. If the answer is the same as the probability of A and B, then you have proved that the two events are independent. Basically, you have to compare. If this was 0.42 and then this one was also 0.42, your conclusion would be, therefore, the two events are independent. But if you got this one is 0.43 and then you find that this one is 0.92, then you'll say, therefore, the two events are not independent. Okay, we are not going to fill up here. We can just fill up if time allows us. You guys, I said start with that question there, so let's go and start with that question that I said we must start with. Let it be our first question.
Sir,
Yes, please.
when they say the probability of male multiplied by probability of like, they mean like all the people who like it without gender, like not including gender.
Okay. Can we just fill up the numbers then? Let's fill up the numbers so that maybe I can be able to answer your question. Okay. What number should I write here? Remember the total here is 200. So what number should I write here?
120.
120. Okay. I will write 120 there. 120. And the total here is 150. So what number should I write here?
60.
60. Okay. If this is 80 and this is 60, how much is this one?
140.
140. And then if this is 120 and this is 90, how much is this one?
210.
210. When I add these two, do I get 350?
Yes.
Okay. Then repeat your question, Vida.
And they say like to prove that the events are independent, it means that male multiplied by probability of male multiplied by probability of like. So do they like include all the gender who like, or they just
Yes,
include them?
yes. Let's talk about probability of male. What is the probability of male? Remember, we divide by the sample space. So you go to the column of male, right? Probability of male. So your focus is only on male. The total of male divided by the sample space. So the probability of male will be probability of male will be 140 divided by 350. And the probability of like, now I go to the column of like, so I'm gonna focus here. This is where my focus is, and the total is how much? 200. So the probability will be 200 divided by 350. Did I answer your question, Vida? Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And
Okay,
if they were to say probability of male and like, you check where they meet. You check where male and like meet. Okay. So this is where male and like meet. Where do they meet? They meet at 80. So for the probability of male and like, you will write 80 divided by what is the total? 350. I believe now it's very clear.
yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. There is this part whereby you are given a condition. They say the probability of male given that like spot. The probability of male. Can I just focus here just a little bit? I wanted to go to the next question, but just trying to emphasize some things here. If they say probability of male, so we're going to focus on male only. We don't worry about liking spot or not liking spot. So the probability of male will be 140 out of 350. Meaning the probability of female will be 210 out of 350. You can write the simplified answer. And if they say probability of liking spot, it means our focus is only on this column, and the total in that column is 200. So the probability will be 200 out of 350. And if they say do not like spot, what is the probability? It will be 150 out of 350. And like I explained, whereby I'm saying if they say male and like spot, male and like spot, just like when they say male who likes spot. Okay, male and like spot, we're going to focus on male and, so they combine there. So the probability of male and like spot, male and like spot is going to be 80. The probability will be 80 out of 350. But what if they said female and does not like a spot? What would be the probability? Someone help me there.
90
divided by 350.
Thank you. 90 divided by 350. Now, this is where they happen to trick us. They do this. They say the probability of a male. And then they do this. What does this line mean? Given that. Or they just write it in words. A probability of male. Can I just write it in words so that you guys can see? They like to write that statement. They said it's a condition. The probability of male given that he likes sport. Someone just try. How am I going to write the answer? Remember, your answer is not right, your answer is not wrong. Just try. This is you are in the exam and you come across this question. Sorry. You come across this question. How are you going to answer it? Just take a try. I'm waiting.
I see 80 over 350.
You'd say 80 divided by 350. Okay, no problem. Sanelisa would say 80 out of 350. Anyone else? What would you say? Let's talk.
I would also say 80 divided by 350 as well.
Okay, no problem. Vaida and Ndogoso?
Yeah, well, same because I need to mail given that he likes sports.
Okay.
So ngihamba lapha ngiyakumeli. Then ngibheka ukuthi uthanda ini, uyayithanda in the sport list or akazithandi. Then ngiyabona ukuthi uyazithanda. So ifocus yami izoba kule 80 leya. Then I'll take lo 80 lo over the total number of emails and females, which is the sample space here.
No problem. I'm with you. Guys, remember, your answers are not right. They are also not wrong.
Sir,
Yes, Vaida?
now I was going to say 80 divided by 140 because they say he likes sport. So, and he's male. So, anything that's not male and doesn't like sport, or anything that's male and likes sport, is excluded, in my own opinion.
Okay. Can I just confuse you? Sorry, ne? I just want to confuse just a little bit. One more. Sorry, guys. The probability that a person likes sport, given that is a male. What about this one? How are you going to answer this one? Vida said it's going to divide by 140. Yes. What about this one, Vida?
Since they say that a person likes sport, okay, and that person is a male, I'll write the same thing.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else before I can just do the explanation? Anyone else? Okay, before I do the explanation, let me ask here. When should I say 80 divided by 200? When should I say 80 divided by 140?
We say 80 divided by 100 when we're excluding when when we're including female and male, like anything that likes sport, we're going to include it. And the total
I'm
is
trying to get I'm trying to get your point, and maybe if you'd give me the kind of question that you might get based on what you're saying. What would the question say?
The question will be, what is the probability of a male who likes sport is a male and likes sport? No.
Okay, no problem. Vida is still thinking. Anyone else? My question is, when are we going to write the answer like this? When are we going to write the answer like this? My people are
I
still there.
think when they only,
Hello?
maybe they say write the probability that it's a male who likes sport only.
Okay. Or if they put the word only.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Sanelise, what do you think? When do we write any of these two answers that I circled? Okay, Sanelise is still thinking. Kolo? Kolo is still thinking. Ntokozo?
Yebo se.
Yes.
So for le 80 over 200.
Yes.
The probability se izothi probability of male and female that like sports say.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem. What about the 80 over 140? My guy is still thinking. Okay, no problem, guys. Let's be clear now. Let's be clear. Someone is answering. Who's that? Who's that? I'm trying to track the voice. I don't know. Who's that? Please talk. I don't know who's talking. Now, I usually, when I explain this, I say to learners that divide by the condition, and the condition is the one that comes after the word given that. Divide by the total of the condition, and the condition is the one that comes after the word given that. Given that. So, here, given that, but given is there. Okay, let me just highlight given. Given that this person is a male. So I'm saying if you come across that, divide by what? Divide by the total of the condition. So to answer this question, remember what we said. Probability of male and like sport. Probability of male and like sport. It's 80 over 350. All of us, we agree with that. Okay, let me just write it here. The probability of male and like sport is equals to 80 out of 350. You guys can write the simplest answer of those. Okay, and then here they are saying probability of male, given that he likes sports, so it's male 80, given that he likes sport, 80 out of 200. The probability of a person who likes sport, and the condition is that it's given that it's a male, so I'll divide by the total of the male, so I'll say 80 out of 140. I divide by the total of the condition. Can I now go to the work that we were supposed to be doing? I just wanted to clarify this, because of that explanation that was given there. But there was something, man. I'll paste it, guys. I've been looking for it, but I can't find it. But I realized that I'm chowing my time because there was something notes in Yana that can help also further. So I'll paste that also so that you guys can check with that, especially related to the given that, or something like who, a male who likes sport, something like that. Now let's come here. Let's come here and check. Can we please fill up these things? Let's fill up. When you fill up, this is the exam question paper, by the way, not like the one that we're doing there. I forgot which one. I think it is Eastern Cape or the June exam. I think I took it from there. They are saying in a survey there are how many? 1,530 people. were asked if they had ever broken a limb. The results of the survey are as follows. There's broken the limb and there's not broken a limb. And then there is a female. There's a male and female. This is the total because you add these two numbers. The total is this one. The same happens this side is the total because you add these two numbers. The total is that side. When you add these numbers here, you must get 1,530. When you add these numbers here, you must also get 1,530. I know we just did that now, but now I'm clarifying so that when you are alone in the exam, at least you should be able to answer that question there. You should be able to answer that question there. Okay. 4 marks. Easy 4 marks. Let's get those 4 marks. So the first question says calculate the values of A, B, C, D. What is the value of A?
450.
450.
450. What is the value of B?
319.
319.
319. How did you get that? How did you get? Siqale safuna. Oh, we used this total and this one.
700. Yes.
Okay. Because myself, I was looking here. That's why I was a bit confused to go to Nitoleganjan. Okay, no problem. And then Usi and will be how much?
298.
How much? 298.
98.
Okay. And then Udiana would be how much?
748.
748. So you're trying to say when you add these two numbers, you get 1,530. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's move on to the next question. Here, it's not much to explain. Just what I said, TJ. Remember, look at the total. And then whatever numbers they are there, just try to find the same total. 463. And the best way in this case, you just say 913 subtract 463. Then you'll get 450. And then going that way, you'll use this total. 782 subtract 463. Then you get that number. Just like that. I don't think that you guys can struggle to get such. According to me, that is easy marks. Let's talk about the next question. If a person is chosen at random, obviously we're talking about probability, so we always talk about choosing randomly. A person is chosen at random. What is the probability that it will be a female who has broken the limb? What is the probability that it's a female who has broken
Who has not, sir?
Who has not broken? Oh Lord, what am I saying? Yeah, I'm looking at my own things here. Yeah. Please, someone help me. How do I answer that question? I'm waiting for someone to try. You guys, you know that I prefer you guys to try. Then I can step in if I see that you are trying. Remember, you are the ones who are going to write this. And luckily, this one is revision. If it was not revision, I would start by teaching. So, someone? Yes, I'm listening.
298 divided by 1,530.
298.
Yes.
Okay. Can I write what she's saying here? She's saying the answer would be 298 divided by 1,530. Is it like that? Hiyo siyavuma. Or someone is like, nah, nah. Is it the same answer that you, all of you, what you are thinking? Yes. Yes.
So mina ngokucabanga kwami nese angithi ithe what is the probability that it will be a female?
Yes.
So ngahamba ngaya kule row ye-female.
Yes.
Se ngafocus kuyo kuphela.
Okay.
Then athatha u298 loya se ngawufaka ku-numerator. Then my denominator was that D, which is 748 se.
Can you repeat your statement? Yes.
So ngithi say i-probability le ithi will be a female. So njengoba it's a female sengihambile mina ngayofocus kule row le i-female. Then ngahamba kulapho ukuthi not broken a limb cell, which is C angithi say and usi u298.
Yes.
So this 298 say is my numerator divided by the total number of ama female which is broken and not broken, which is 748 say.
Okay. Now, if that is what you wrote, when would you say 298 divided by 1530? Under which condition would you say that? That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhlawumbe bekuzoba i-condition ethi the probability of male and female who have not broken a limb, say.
You said male and female.
Female, yes, sir.
Okay. Let's say I agree, and I'm gonna wait for someone else to talk, because I don't know if I'm agreeing or I don't agree. I'm not agreeing. So can someone else add or subtract? Let's talk. I'm listening. Can we talk, please? Vida, I know Vida usually talks. Vida would say something, would not just be quiet. Yes, Vida, talk to me.
Again, Vida.
Vida, you still there?
I'm not saying.
Njani, because now I want us to discuss. Okay, let me hear from Kolo. Guys, I'm not trying to drag because of time. I'm trying to drag so that you can think deeper. That's what I'm trying to do. I want you to think deeper. Kolo? I believe Kolo is still there. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes.
Sir.
Yes, talk to us. What would you do?
I would also say 298 divided by 1,530.
Are you using the same reason that he was explaining?
No, sir.
Okay, what would be your reason?
My reason, sir. So in this case, there's no condition. Therefore, okay. I'd say 298 divided by 1,530. Yeah.
Okay. I prefer to use the word condition if they say given that. Like I said, I'm gonna give you, man, there is this piece of notes. It's just that I looked for it, I couldn't find it. Ne? Guys, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. The probability of what? Of female. Can I just write F? Probability of female. Because there's no condition that I'm gonna say, given that probability of female who has not broken a limb. I'll go with that. And you can double check with the memorandum that I got from the 21. I got from Eastern Cape question paper, by the way, this one. Yeah, I don't know if it's like that on the memo, but that is what I think it has to be. Because I was going to agree with you if there was something about given that. Yes.
Yebo, say I think singabona manje ayibengekho condition sebona ukuthi babhale ukuthi given that.
Okay. Yes. And like I said, we always divide by the total of the condition. If it's not there, then we divide by the overall total. There was another question here. Where was that? Oh, it's here. Yeah, independent events. That's the one I wanted to talk about. I know that after this, guys, according to me, after this, I covered almost everything. What I explained here, and then what we just spoke about here, and also this one is talking about independent events. Then we are done with this section. Let's try to work it out before time kicks us out. Let's try by all means to work it out before time kicks us out. Okay, they are saying the sports teacher at a school analyzed data to determine how many learners play sport, as well as the gender of each learner. The data is represented in the table below. Luckily, this time on this one, we're not filling in the numbers because the numbers are already filled in for us. So here, the first question is saying determine the probability that the learner selected at random is female and play sport. I want to immediately they put this word. You guys should get that answer right. Immediately they put that word. You must just get the answer right immediately. I'm waiting for the answer, by the way. I'm waiting for the answer, guys. Let's not waste time. We don't have enough.
67 over 236.
Okay, anyone who support what she's saying? She's saying the answer would be female. Okay, probability of a female and a play sport. They are saying the answer will be how much? 60 what? 67 out of 236. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone who supports what she's saying?
Yebo, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And myself, I also support that. What about the next question? The next question is saying, are the events male? So next time they'll say gender. So if they say gender, choose either male or female and focus on, if they say gender and do not play sport, so you focus either on male or female, but this side you only focus on one thing, do not play sport. So just in case, next time they'll be saying that. Or they can say a choice of sport. A choice of sport is gender and a choice of sport dependent, or independent. Then you know you can either choose male and not play sport, and either choose male and play sport. So you can choose both sides. But this one is very specific. They didn't say female, they didn't say gender. They just say male. So we go straight to male. Our focus is male. Our focus is male. Male and do not play sport. So our focus is also not playing sport. Our focus is also not playing sport. Are they independent? Show all your calculations. Show all your calculations. How do I do it? Someone help me. Where do I start?
We're going. Sorry. We're going to say, Anileka, the previous note, you said the probability of male multiplied by the probability of do not play sport. So then after the next step, we're going to say the probability of male plus the probability of do not play sport. If they are like similar, it means that the events are independent.
Okay. If I'm hearing correctly, you are saying the probability of male. Can I just write M there? Hey guys, mean writing male and do not play. How do I get this one? I heard you saying something like this. How do I get this one? The probability here.
I think.
How do we get it?
I don't understand what you wrote.
Oh, I need to. Oh, should I write in full? Hey, I'm trying to save time. The time is not on our side. Male and do not play sport. I heard you saying that, so I wrote that.
I didn't say that. I said that the probability of male multiplied by the probability of do not play sport. Like the note.
Probability of male multiplied by the probability of do not play sport. Okay. Then what must I do? Do I have numbers for that to substitute?
I think for male, I knew we're going to say 51 over 236. We're going to multiply by the probability of do not play sport.
51 over 236 multiplied by?
I think 100.
How much?
100, because they say probability of do not play sport, and do not play sport is 100.
100 out of
236.
236. Okay, that is why that they're talking about this part. Who agrees with it or disagrees with it? Talking about this part.
I think I disagree, sir.
Okay, no problem. Tell us what you're thinking. How would I do that part? Yes.
Probability ka male 120 over 236.
120 divided by 236 multiplied by
51 divided by 236.
51 divided by 236. Okay. Yeah. Let me hear the other guys. I think in the next minute I'll manage to finish. Let's hear Kolo. Let's hear Ntokozo. Okay, no problem. By the way, the answers are not right and they are not wrong until I can approve. Okay, yes, Kolo?
Yeah, I'm going with the second one.
Okay, guys, let's do it like this. I'm gonna wrap everything, and then I'm gonna go back to that down there, and remind you.
I agree with their answer, not mine.
Let's come back here. What did I say the probability of male is? Is the whole total of male divided by the whole total. The probability of female, the total of female 210 divided by 350. Probability of liking sport, 200 divided by 350. The probability of does not like sport is 150 divided by 350. That was me explaining there. Now we are back here. We want the probability of male. What is the probability of male? I agree with what Sanelise said. It's 120 divided by 236. But I don't agree with the probability of do not like sport, because do not like sport, the probability is this one. I mean the total, sorry, not the probability. So it should be 100 divided by 236. And then what is the answer there? Help me very fast, guys. What is the answer? Wow, guys. You're chowing my time now.
This is 750 over 3,481.
Can you just round it off? 0,
0,22.
0,22. Okay, let's check this one. Can someone give me, how many minutes are we remaining with?
6.
Okay, in the next 6 minutes, I know that I'm going to finish. So, someone give me the answer to this one. The probability of male and, I hope you've seen and do not play sport. Probability of male and do not play sport. What is the answer to that one?
It's going to be 51 divided by 236.
51 divided by 236. It's 0, what? Round it off also.
0,22.
0,22. Okay, guys, please, let's try to remember what I said. If we talk about do not play sport, the probability will be the total divided by the overall total. If we talk about play sport, we say the total divided by, unless if we refer to the conditions like dividing by the, but now I'm talking about the probability of do not play sport and the probability of play sport. The probability of male, then it means I'm going to talk about the total of male divided by the whole total. The probability of female is the whole total of female, which is 116, divided by the whole total. Can we just conclude now? A probability of male and do not play sport is 0,22. The probability of male multiplied by the probability of do not play sport is 0,22. What is your conclusion? Therefore, events male and do not play sport are independent. Remember what I said about independent events. I said the probability of A and B must be equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. This is the same thing that we just did now. Exactly the same thing. I am gonna put up the notes that I said I'm gonna put up. They clarify some of these things. Then I think, according to my understanding, we are done with this. We're done. Let me just pull up this thing up here, and then I can leave it there. Okay, yeah. According to me, we are done. But done here.